Corruption is a pervasive issue that plagues nations worldwide, undermining trust, stifling development, and exacerbating social inequalities. Today, we take an in-depth look at 10 of the most corrupt countries on the planet, exploring how corruption manifests in each and the impacts it has on their societies. Join us as we uncover the stories behind these troubled nations. Somalia stands at the top of our list. The country has been embroiled in conflict since the collapse of its central government in 1991. This power vacuum has led to a deeply entrenched culture of corruption. With no stable government to oversee the distribution of resources, Somalia faces widespread bribery, extortion, and embezzlement. International aid, intended to alleviate poverty and support reconstruction, often falls victim to mismanagement and theft. The lack of accountability and transparency has perpetuated cycles of poverty and instability, making it one of the most challenging environments for reform. South Sudan, despite being the world's youngest country, has a troubling record of corruption. Since gaining independence from Sudan in 2011, the country has been plagued by civil war, which has severely impacted governance. Corruption in South Sudan is rampant, with government officials frequently embezzling funds intended for development and humanitarian aid. This misallocation of resources has exacerbated the humanitarian crisis, undermining efforts to provide basic services and achieve stability. Syria's ongoing civil war has compounded its corruption issues. The conflict has led to a breakdown of central authority and has enabled widespread corruption at various levels of government. Corruption manifests in the form of bribery, misappropriation of international aid, and nepotism. The Syrian regime's control over resources and aid has led to rampant corruption, further deepening the humanitarian crisis and impeding international relief efforts. Yemen, another country suffering from severe conflict, has been devastated by corruption. The ongoing war has eroded government structures, leading to widespread mismanagement of resources. Corruption in Yemen includes the embezzlement of aid funds and the diversion of resources meant for reconstruction and humanitarian relief. The resulting inefficiencies have worsened the humanitarian crisis, leaving millions in dire need of assistance. Sudan, with its complex political history, has long been marred by corruption. The ousting of President Omar al-Bashir in 2019 revealed a web of corruption involving embezzlement and bribery at the highest levels of government. Al-Bashir's regime was notorious for its misuse of state funds and resources. Despite the transition to a new government, addressing the deep-seated corruption remains a significant challenge, impeding efforts to stabilize the country and foster economic recovery. Libya's post-revolutionary period has been characterized by severe corruption. The power vacuum following the 2011 overthrow of Muammar Gaddafi created an environment ripe for corruption. Militias and local warlords have exploited the instability to control and mismanage Libya's oil revenues. Corruption manifests in the form of bribery, theft of state resources, and misallocation of funds intended for development and public services. North Korea, under the authoritarian rule of Kim Jong-un, exhibits extreme levels of corruption. The regime's control over every aspect of life in the country has led to widespread abuse of power. In North Korea, corruption includes bribery, extortion, and nepotism, with high-ranking officials and their families exploiting their positions for personal gain. The opaque nature of the regime makes it difficult to assess the full extent of corruption, but it is a significant issue affecting all levels of governance. Venezuela, once a prosperous nation, has been ravaged by corruption. The mismanagement of the country's vast oil wealth under successive governments has led to a severe economic crisis. Corruption in Venezuela includes the embezzlement of oil revenues, bribery, and nepotism. These practices have led to hyperinflation, shortages of basic goods, and a devastating impact on the country's social and economic fabric. Afghanistan has been plagued by corruption for decades, exacerbated by ongoing conflict and instability. Corruption is prevalent in government institutions where bribery and embezzlement are common. The mismanagement of aid funds and resources has impeded efforts to build infrastructure and provide essential services. Corruption has also fueled distrust among the population and hindered efforts to achieve peace and stability. Iraq, following the fall of Saddam Hussein's regime, has faced chronic corruption issues. The mismanagement of oil revenues and political bribery have been major concerns. Corruption in Iraq manifests through the diversion of oil revenues, embezzlement of public funds, and inefficiencies in governance. These issues have contributed to political instability and hindered efforts to rebuild and develop the country. Despite the challenges, many individuals and organizations are working tirelessly to combat corruption and promote transparency. Addressing corruption is crucial for building trust, fostering development, and ensuring a better future for all. Thanks for watching. If you found this video eye-opening, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content. We'd love to hear your thoughts. So drop a comment below and let us know what you think, or if there's a topic you'd like us to cover next. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and spread the word. Together, we can make a difference and stay informed on the issues that matter most. Catch you in the next video. Until then, stay curious and stay connected.